Hey yo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. And in today's creation, we're going to be looking at Aftershock, created by Tjebsol, one of our Discord master builders and silver patrons. Thank you so much for your support, Tjebsol. And here they say, hey Johnny, inspired by Plankoville as well as Category 5, I wanted to do a disaster coaster in a 4K blueprint. That's how I came up with this creation. Aftershock is a fast stand-up coaster through a city in the aftermath of an earthquake. This would challenge me to cleverly use the pieces to have the city destroyed and have some fun effects going along the road. Let's get shaking and hope you enjoy it. Keep up the good work, Tjebsol. All right, really cool introduction there. I like the challenge that you've given yourself. There's quite a lot to talk about. Let's jump right on into it. Okay, welcome back everyone. Hope you're all doing well today. We're gonna get started right away. Today we have a floorless werewolf coaster, and here's a look at the stats. 56 miles per hour, 812 meters in length. The duration is 64 seconds, and there's a look at all the G-forces there. Pretty tolerable G-forces there, just going a little bit over. Quite good though for a video game after all. Let's jump on this. Now, I did see some of you guys' feedback from one of the previous submissions, and you guys were mad at the flailing arms. I get mad at that too. I try to avoid it as much as possible, but we did the setup and everything. What's the point of doing the setup if you're not gonna have guests in? So we're just not gonna have guests in. So we can sit with the dummies, and it'll be that. Let's go. Wow, that's really cool. Let's see if there's any nighttime lighting before we go talk about this and do a night run here. And we'll do it in track view or something, a little bit different. Switch it up. Let's go. Boy, oh boy, that is a lot of fun. Maybe we could try to do a cinematic run. We'll save that for after the discussion here, a little bit of a bonus ride near the end of the video. But there's a lot going on here, and it's actually pretty hard to believe that this is 4,000 pieces. The $3.99, I deleted the setup piece, so exactly 4,000 pieces. And this is all achieved by using these facade pieces. Again, building only what you need to see. I feel like that's a reoccurring theme, a happy accident reoccurring theme between a lot of the spotlights that we've been showcasing over the last couple weeks. Building what you need to see seems to be the theme, seems to be the template, and the key to building a good action coaster. And to see this done on a scale of what we experienced there, from the POV, it felt immersive, it felt massive. There was so much going on. We have those cars flipping over, we have sirens, but helicopters, an entire city that the coaster is going through, all done in 4,000 pieces. From the ride outsider perspective, it feels like such a massive creation, a massive action coaster. It's just done because of all of these facade pieces. It's really quite brilliant. I love it. So much fun. And that also seems to be a talking point and a happy accident, as I mentioned, is the action coasters. I'm really taking a liking to this idea of flipping cars, having destruction, and creating an experience from an on-ride perspective. And to actually see somebody pull this off in a 4,000 part blueprint is really quite spectacular. Now, I also want to make a shout out because I noticed this. I remember seeing that in Plankoville, one of the big park spotlights we recently featured. I'm assuming Tjebsol made this for both his creation here, but also Plankoville, or he made it for Plankoville and used it here. And that's a 500 piece. That's an eighth of the entire creation. So it's the one detailed building out of this whole thing. The rest are just plates. And you're like, okay, I got to squeeze that one in, 500 parts, but it really does add a little level of complexity. As they're coming through here, you see the broken bridges, you see the detailed spiraling building, and it separates it, giving you an illusion that it's all detailed. But, you know, just having like one detailed piece here and there, a crane over there, you mixed it up. You're like, okay, really detailed stuff over here, detailed stuff over there, plain things in between, some filler, another semi-detailed building, a nice mixture. And it's really organized in the sense that your part count is spread out thoroughly. You have all the low-end buildings on the back, and then you filled some nice detailed ones in the middle. And I think it shows a lot of intelligence in building, thinking about your part count, how you're going to distribute that, and how you're going to do that all in a coaster experience is just absolutely phenomenal work. And that is exactly why Tjebsol is one of our Discord master builders. Just phenomenal stuff. Now, a message to the audience once again. What do you guys think about this action coaster contest? Obviously, if we're going to do this, it's not going to be in blueprint form, but the fact that we see it in blueprint form goes to show, like, hey, that was a fun experience. It could have been a great spotlight. It could have been a great contender for an action coaster contest submission if we did a contest like that. And I think it would still stand a chance. It was a very fun coaster layout, smooth, very intense, action-packed, and there's all these little animatronics and things going on, and visual eye candy through and through. And let's not forget about that nighttime lighting. That nighttime lighting is impeccable with all those lights and the searchlights going around, the buildings lighting up with back panels and stuff like that. It looks phenomenal. It's just a really good experience, front to back, both day and night. I love it. Love everything about it. And throughout seeing a few creations this week, we saw Tommy T's Tornado Chasers leading into Warmgar's, what was it? The Rage Fury, Raging Fuel, something like that. Rage Fury. It was a tricky name. And then we saw Galcians, but that wasn't much of an action coaster, but more of a eye candy exploration coaster. I wouldn't classify that one. That would have been the last episode with Trigon. So that's definitely not, I didn't bring it up there. What I want to see is animations, triggered effects, people falling, all sorts of things like that. And I think that would make for a really fun contest idea. And I don't know why I haven't thought of it sooner. And the more we see this kind of stuff, the more excited and the more I'm leaning towards doing this as one of the upcoming contests. Everything we do here is based off of viewer feedback, community feedback. So I will do a poll in Discord. If you want to participate in that, you can come join us on Discord. Links are down in the description below. But you can also participate by dropping a comment directly on this video here today. What do you think of the idea of an action coaster contest? Is that something you want to watch? Is that something you want to participate in? Leave your thoughts down below. And before we end off the episode, let's give this one more ride in daytime cinematic. Looks like we got one going up the lift right now. Let's enjoy this. Damn. First half worked out really great, and then the camera was struggling on the second half. I actually didn't think that was going to work at all, and the fact that we got such good cinematic shots on the first little bit was absolutely great. So amazing stuff on this one, Tjebsol. Really creative, getting this all into 4,000 parts, and creating an action coaster, a city, a facade. It works out so good. It actually has that, it matches really well with the backdrop in this map. It looks amazing, fits in. I don't know how you'd fit this into a park, but as an experience itself, a 4,000 piece blueprint, it's great. It's fun. I want to see more of this stuff, and with that, you guys can feel free to send in your action coasters, but maybe we'll end up doing a coaster in the future, so you might want to hold off on your energy, but it doesn't hurt to start practicing now. If you have some ideas, or you want to figure out how these animatronics work, if you want to see what kind of animatronics are in the game, definitely go into the list and see. Under the scenery tab, we have props, animatronics, and there's a lot. And there's, I think, even more than that. Then there's the special effects, and then there's also the Theme Maker Toolkit stuff that you could download from the community. But there are a lot of items in here, as you can see. One that I think would be really fun are these falling people. The coaster ripping by, knocking all these people off buildings and stuff. Like, you could do some pretty crazy stuff. Looks like there's some Theme Maker Toolkit stuff in here, so don't leave that behind. Go check out what people have done on that workshop, because there's some amazing stuff that could really give you some ideas. And if you just kind of start placing some of these guys down and seeing how they could, you know, make for an interesting experience, a crocodile jumping up at the coaster out of the water, cars crashing, cars flipping. I don't think just having cars flipping in a city is the only idea we can come up with. There's a lot more than just that. So, and I think that's why, you know, with Tornado Chasers, the 3 examples that we've given so far have involved a lot of cars flipping. But if you think of a safari ride or something in the Amazon and the jungles, there are a lot of animatronics, as well as dinosaurs from Theme Maker Toolkit, spooky things. So there's a lot more that meets the eyes. And then there's all these, like, you could do something with like a circus show. I think it'd be a fun idea, but I'll let you guys think about that, and I'm gonna leave you off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.